Hello everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to this new PvP video about Dragonfable. So, as you've noticed right now, we're a little past Frostval right now, which means a new interface added for this particular event. It's nice, although I don't care much for those lights around the screen, bothers me a little. Anyhow, so last time we've managed to hit a streak of 3, and now we're gonna be continuing our challenge with the same rules as usual. This time we're gonna be starting off as a Cthulhu Adept. So let's do this. Let's go. Okay, we start off against Shadowblade, the Riftwalker. So about the Cthulhu Adept. This is a class that was actually, it's a Dragoncoin class first, and it was released around the Water Orb Saga, and was actually fairly tied to it, which was surprising given that it's not a class readily available to players. Although it would have been kind of difficult to have a trainer for it. I mean, we've already trained with Zorbak for Necromancer or, Sir Malefic for Death Knight, but still, it was a little weird. So what is this class really known for? Well, it has a nice set of moves for the most part, although really the thing that characterizes it is having one of the strongest nuke in the game. So let's start off with a Writ to put up a defensive shield, which is pretty good. It has really good defense as far as a class goes, and has access to pretty much everything it needs, including reducing immobility, which is actually pretty darn good. So we'll use Man and use our Rage to increase our damage. It's actually one of the class I had to nerf fairly heavily, having it using the level 30 Harrowing Hammer that I've got right now. So damage won't be nearly as crazy as it could be. So next one, we'll use Shadow, a risky move that unlocks Cthulhu's Wrath. And with that done, our nuke has been unlocked. You'll notice that our mana went down really fast, which is one of the problems of the class. It does have this move, Brain Drain, which allows it to recover some mana, but it's quite a lot actually, so yeah, that's one of the problems. It won't last forever. Still, with sufficient potions, that should be enough, but we can't use those. So let's summon the monstrous Cthulhu. You cannot resist. Ooh. That poor pet, though. Eh. So yeah, that has been dealt with, and we won't be able to use that for a while. Still, we've managed to take out about half his health, despite the fact that we're using a level 30 weapon. Actually, let's have you guys have a look while we're at it. See? Harrowing Hammer, level 30. Not that much damage, which means it's actually pretty crazy. You've probably noticed though that most of the skills on this particular class are actually elemental locked. For instance, Tidal Wave here uses water damage, as does Red Tide, and most of the skill actually deals evil damage. So, anyhow. So let's deal with this guy. Let's use... What's his immobility resist? It's not that high. So using Unnerve is actually not a good idea to reduce his immobility. We'll use Fear to paralyze him. Oops. Well, that's no good. Well, darn. We've got one turn at least, so that's good. I guess we'll use Red Tide to put off a nuke. Yeah, crit move. I hate those. Okay, let's use Writ. It'll give us 2 turns to recover at least. I hate that power move as well. It's so hard. Okay, we'll use Brain Drain to recover some mana at least. It will also take out their own mana, although since players in PvP don't really care about mana, well, doesn't do much for us really. So, we'll use Corrupt, which will lower his damage. This is a combo skill, which is actually fairly rare for those Dragoncorn armor. One of the things I've noticed about them is that not all of them have a definite strategy as some of them do. And bam! We should be nearly there. I'm loath to spend more mana on this guy, so let's just attack. Kitty should be able to finish him, I hope. Yep, that's the end of him. Next one. Okay, we're up against Max, who doesn't really have a weapon. That pit might be troublesome, but other than that, nothing to really worry about. So, let's see what we're going to do about that. First, we'll do a brain drain, of course. Going into stealth, which means it's not a really good time to hit him. Well, avoidance isn't all that high, though. Meh. Let's use the big move anyway. You can pretty much see how impressive this class will be nuke-wise if you add a top-tier weapon, or for instance, if stacked up against Doom Knight. Doom Knight can probably do higher if set up correctly, so does Entropy, but still. It's a fairly interesting class. We don't have a lot of mage-based classes such as they are, which I feel is what Cthulhu Adept is about. Although it's got a really strong healing skill also with Regenerate, which restores about 14% of health per turn, which is actually pretty darn awesome. At first I thought the Scan Orb would be better for this guy for adding more damage to the Cthulhu nuke, but in the end I actually decided the Kitty because I actually needed some sustained damage once that was done. One of the annoying things is that if Cthulhu for some reason miss, which shouldn't be the case because I'm fairly sure it's a crit, then you're in big trouble. Same for Shadow, although it does recover fairly quickly. So that's the thing that pretty much eating all of our mana. It's like 264 mana for the actual move. Same for Regenerate, which is quite a lot. I'm actually doing this fairly early during the day, so we actually get to see people that we wouldn't usually see. Well, some of those we do, others not so much. So we're up against Nick, who's a warrior. I suppose a writ would be necessary. Kind of worried of running out of mana, to be honest. What's his weapon like? Have decent damage. Let's try to hold him up. I'd rather really like to have many nuke for the next fights. We'll put up a dot with Migraine. Now I've got two choices. Stun him or go with Ink Spray. Ink Spray is less, but I'd rather stun him. Not even sure if that was necessary actually. I didn't check what his immobility looked like. But you know, that's one of the things about those new classes. I've kinda gotta protect my reputation to make sure I don't embarrass myself too much. I'm actually pretty self-conscious about that. Okay, let's go with Corrupt. What did Corrupt do actually? Corrupted, minus 25 power boost, yeah, so less damage for him. More damage with that Hex, who completely failed on me. That's annoying. I do hope you're not hearing my computer. It's making a loud noise for some reason. Probably time for me to clean it a bit. Anyhow. So, brain drain. Getting a little nervous all of a sudden. Okay. Red tide is up. We could do another mind twist. Go with another migraine. This guy should actually do pretty well as a Beastmaster, I feel like. Okay, he'll probably start popping potions pretty soon. There we go. Wasn't so bad, now was it? Okay, that was awful, I admit. Next one. Okay, we're up against Master Raid, the Master Soul Weaver. So against this guy. We'll go all out, no choice. Owie! Not looking good. And bam! Whoops. Should have seen that coming. $400 in sorrow. Yeah, I'm done. Next one. Yeah, Arya Senna, the Riftwalker. Yeah, I can't handle 2 Riftwalker at once. Not with that kind of mana anyway. Oh well. Brain drain. Probably have used it before actually. She's not doing so well. I could have probably last longer. Not sure. Maybe I nerfed the class a little too much. I don't know. Anyhow, so we're back to a streak of 0 and we'll get back with another class. Okay, time for the second round. And this time we'll be going as a pirate. I've actually been wanting to experiment with it somewhat, and we're up against Bob. So, Bob is a version 1.2 Doom Knight, so that shouldn't be too much trouble. Although we should use some skill to actually reduce his bonus. He doesn't have that much health for a level 80 character, that's actually surprising. Tell you what, how about we have a look at his stats? Yeah, he has no endurance, everything is on strength and luck. How about that? So we're at turn 5. We should probably summon Cracker. Reduce the chance of him touching us. Just in case. And then pull up a trick. That seems to have been successful. Yep. Captain Pumpkin on the scene. Does seem rather festive, even has fireworks. Kinda wish they would release new arenas for this, although given the number of bugs on PvP, I don't think they're using it, they're concerned about it too much. Game is mostly balanced around player versus environment anyway. Especially given that these are AI. Oh, we're up against Fair Hill, we don't see him very often, nor do we see the Zardby class. Although, he's got that fat wolf pop pet, which will actually, make things a little difficult for us because it will get stuck. So. Probably better to summon Cracker for now. We don't really have taken any damage, so I'm not too concerned at the moment. It's one of the classes I've been loath to actually introduce as far as it goes, because the Zardby doesn't really have that much skill. It's not quite like Togslayer. It's powerful enough, but it doesn't have a lot of skills. Oh, he's stuck, is he? Yep. How sad. Well. Shoot the cannon. Doing a pretty good job so far. It is a weird class. It's doing everything to make you miss it so you can use the backstab move, although it doesn't really seem to be all that powerful, to be honest. I see something resisted immobility, but did it stick? Yeah, it did. Okay. So next thing. Let's summon these guys. Sweet. Okay. And use to the plank. Finished. Next one. We're up against Magician of Aaron, a Doom Knight. He's yeah, he's version 1, is he? Okay. Get 2 moves. So let's summon Cracker right now. Got his first move. Let's pop Sea Legs. Oh, I'm 1 turn ahead, am I? Oops. Trick. Might have stuck. Yep. Okay, just gotta wait now. That weapon's pretty awesome with that piece of water snaking through the staff. It's really good looking. One of the things I'm gonna miss when I switch over to Rogue. And done. Next one. Up against Sephiroth, who is a version 1 Doom Knight again. Well, not a lot I can do about that. Alright, Cracker, you're up. I'm not feeling dead disappointed that I don't have access to version 1 Doom Knight, although I thought that would have been fun. Given the price we pay for the package, the fact that the version 1 Doom Knight armor is even more broken doesn't really make that much of a difference, really. Having more variety across armor is actually pretty neat. Should have stuck. Yep. I understand, may be wrong, but it appears that actually having characters who have skills that stun across multiple hits actually seems to be more reliable than those that don't. Or at least it's a conclusion I'm taking from what Dark Shadow has been telling me in the comment. Okay, we're finishing up against Altine, who's a Dragon Lord. Evolved version, of course. Let's have a look. Interesting. Okay, so how am I gonna handle her? Okay, summon Cracker. That is fine, I can deal with this. Fury of the IC to improve my damage. Go with the Avast. Okay, put up sea legs. Protect myself from her shield bash. Actually, she looks pretty badass with that helmet. I know it's just, how can I say, a recolor of another armor, of another helmet, but still, look good. Okay. Let's try to put up backstab for the heck of it. Just see what it can do. Cannon. Make her Walter Plank. Do Avast. It's kind of weird. Most of the skill for the pirate does about 120% damage. Some of them are actually a little higher, which is actually surprising. So actually using Quick Shot actually appears to be dealing more damage than most of the skill we have. But most of them actually have debuff, so. But Pistol doesn't seem to be the... what's it? Flintlock? It was Target Practice that didn't do much damage, but Flintlock is actually pretty good. One of the reason I said I actually wanted to experiment with it a bit. Okay, seems to have worked. Fury of the ICs. We're doing surprisingly well with that class. That was the one that I thought that was always continuously gonna get itself killed pretty quickly. But it never turned out to be the case. Okay, back to a streak of 1. Okay. This time we're gonna be going as an evolved Pumpkin Lord. Yeah, it's pumpkin time. Let's do this. This time I'm actually gonna go with the Scan Orb, as I feel it's probably gonna be more efficient with this particular class. Given that I can debuff resistance and it can do it as well. Those little prompts are actually kind of annoying. I wish there was a way to actually control which prompt got showed and which weren't. But I suppose that's a little advanced for this type of browser games. Okay, let's draw a pumpkin. That's one of the animation I wish they had actually spent a little more time on. It's a little annoying. Alright, that's the end of that. Or so I thought. We're pretty darn close though. Still, we managed to stun him 3 times. Well, for 3 turns plus the enfeeblement from the sight. Okay, we're up against Shadowblade again. Meh. So. Worked. Sweet. Might feel a little boring to watch at time. I mean, the old strategy of this class pretty much stands on its stun working, otherwise it's not nearly as powerful. I mean, it can work anyway, and it absolutely need a proper nature weapon, but other than that, it does plenty well. Fun thing is actually managed to outdamage nerfed Cthulhu Adept. Oh well, it's my namesake. It's gotta be so strong, right? Okay, we're up against Dude. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's what he had, huh? He's got a bacon weapon too, it seems. How about those resistance? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I hate that pet cat he has. I tried to get him as a pet because it had a stun function, but animation was too long and barely ever touch. Go kitty! Lim was pretty mean to that cat. Okay, go with the cleave. And that's the end of that. Sweet. Okay, we're up against Killer, a Doom Knight. He's a version 1-1. So, it's a tad dangerous. I'll try not to go too overboard. Give him time to do his thing. Okay, that's the first one. That means I've got another turn. Okay, we're up to 5. Put up the shield. Throw the roots. It worked. Throw the drain. And let's try to finish him off. I may potentially run out of mana. I'm not sure if it's the last fight or the one before the end. One more turn. Could easily take him out, but I actually want to recover some mana. Wow, that's a ton. Well, that's the end of that. Okay, last one. We're up against Hisoka. Hisoka, who, yep, is a version 2 Doom Knight, so that's gonna change things a little. Okay, let's start off with, I'm thinking, Thorny Bulwark. Yep, Good call. I'm not immortal, I'm a vegetable. Learn your things. Now that this is done, let's go with Enfeebling Sight. Oh well. He has Kulala too. He? Yeah, it's a he. Throw up a Bramble Shield. Okay, exactly what I was waiting for. Throw Roots. Awesome. Throw Drain. Awesome. Kinda wonder at how much resistance he's down now. Minus 50 nature, 11 all. Not so bad. I seem to be critting unusually frequently for now. Meh. Okay, that's a win. Now usually we would be stopping here, but I thought of something while I was having insomnia yesterday, so we're gonna do something special this time around. We're gonna be headed to Book 2, back in Falconreach. That is surely not the way I should be going there. Yeah, like this. And we'll be going to the Guardian Tower back in Falconreach. So, to actually unlock the Guardian class, you actually need to have a Guardianship back in Adventure Quest, which is pretty much the same like the Dragon Amulet here, which is gated behind a one-time payment. Much like the Dragon Lord here, it actually gives you access to a number of armors in other games such as Adventure Quest World and so on. So, in order to actually train the Guardian armor, you need to do a number of things to actually finish it, among other get at least 10 Defender medals from Wars, which you'll need to actually max out the armor. But that's not what I really wanted to talk about. Now we're gonna use Summon, actually go fight the Guardian Dragon, because I actually was hitching to actually use my Dragon Rider armor. I'm not gonna go through the details of that, we're just gonna use our dragon and go with it. So usually fire would be better against him, but I didn't do too bad to him against him with wind when I did a trial earlier, so I kind of want to see if I can take him on. We're healed? Let's go, we're fighting off against the legendary Guardian Dragon. Let's do this. Okay, let's start off with the days. That is done. I suppose we could throw Rend. Okay. Use Regen. Use Sunder Armor to reduce his resistance to wind. He's doing some damage though. A lot more than I expected. Okay, so that's where he is right now. Let's throw a burn. That's actually the only breath that actually seems to be looking not too bad with this new version of my dragon that I made. It looks a little less sleek than it used to, but then again, variety is the spice of life. So let's throw our primal skill. Okay, he's getting ready for a big attack, so I should be getting ready pretty soon as well. Got about 2 turns, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let's throw a Dragon Scale. Okay, we're good. Let's throw a Burn. It's actually not clear what that wind breath is. I'm thinking they must be some sort of poison vapor or something. Okay, that is done. do we attempt a smash? What is his immobility resist? It's fairly high. Okay, we're pretty darn close. We can throw a frenzy with what we have right now, which will pretty much be required, I'm thinking. Nah. I don't have that many turns left. Throw Dragon Scale. Use Regen. Throw a Frenzy. It's my last chance. Either I go on a Frenzy and hope my shield hold up, which it's not up, so that's not really an option. I could go Daze and hope he miss, or I can go with a Smash. Less than 1 out of 2. Let's try Smash. Seems to have worked. Awesome. Throw a Frenzy. And bam! We've defeated the Guardian Dragon. Nice! So, text aside, in case I want to do something, and he gives us access to the Ornate Guardian Blades. So the special thing about the Ornate Guardian Blade is it's actually one of the most random weapons in the entire game. You can see the damage spread there, between 1 and 169 of metal damage. That's actually quite a lot, and it can be kind of fun when you want to do something different, although not very competitive, I'm afraid. So yeah, they actually did new models, so those aren't quite the same as the one you can get back in Willowshire, if I'm not mistaken. Although there's another version for people who actually don't like this particular spread, which you can get something that's pretty reliable with 85 metal damage. So that's not too bad. Same appearance too. So, you know, that was it. So it was basically me just showing off my dragon and having some fun with the Dragon Rider armor. So yeah, I'm afraid, however, it's gonna be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, please leave a comment below. And that was the Great Pumpkin. You all have a pleasant time now. Bye-bye.